Did you know that St. Luke's University Health Network, based in the Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania, has been recognized by the U.S. government as the highest performing health system in the United States for quality? You heard right. St. Luke's #1 recognition affirms our status as the top leader among the most respected healthcare providers in the nation, including Houston Methodist and the Mayo Clinic. To state it simply, if you want to receive the best care when you go to a hospital, come to St. Luke's.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Joining us now, we have Jake Novak. He is joining us now. Jake, your thoughts about just the extreme candidates, and I know you got a lot on Graham Platner in Maine.
Thank you. Yeah, so today's revelations, I mean, if you look at the mainstream media, even the right-wing media is focusing on the wrong thing, guys. They're focusing on these salacious, literal bathroom posts by Graham Platner, this guy in Maine. But honestly, the most important revelation this morning was that in 2019, he voluntarily went online to mock a U.S. soldier who had been shot by the Taliban on video. You know, I think it's fair for any journalist who interviews him from now on. In fact, it would be malpractice if they don't ask him. They should ask him. You can't just say, oh, I'm sorry for saying this and I've changed my mind. You should be asked, have you sought mental health care? This is not the actions of someone who is stable. And I'm not saying that as a joke, and I'm not meaning to denigrate mental illness. If you take a look at this guy's public record, he is not well. He's not a well man. If he did get some kind of treatment between now and when he posted these things, I want to know about it. That's how bad it is, guys. That's how bad it is.
Now, some of the other races going tonight is a big primary night. We have 6 different states for primaries, and Texas, the big one on Paxton and Cornyn. Any opinions on those?
Yeah, you know, the Paxton thing, now remember, when he declared, he was way ahead in the polls, and the Cornyn machine, the RNC machine, really started to circle their wagons around Cornyn. You know, there are a lot of people who are upset about that, who say that they don't want to donate to the RNC as long as they're going to do stuff like this with Cornyn. Can't they take a step back on some of these? So it'll be interesting. I think Paxton has the inside tracker, not only because President Trump endorsed him, but because he was in such a big lead to begin with. But honestly, you know, the party itself might want to take a look at certain primary races where they don't choose favorites so readily. And I think they did that here. And they may have some problems going forward in Texas because of that after the results tonight.
Any particular news on any of the congressional races?
Nothing specifically right now. I mean, I think another big interesting story right now, though, is that out of Los Angeles, you know, that mayor's race, and I know you've talked about it on the show here, the socialists in the city council in Los Angeles have abandoned their fellow socialists, and they decided to circle around Karen Bass because of Spencer Pratt's surge. I think they realized this other candidate, that their fellow socialist, has no chance. And that's very interesting because that shows that Pratt really is a threat right now. And that's, of course, the second biggest city in the country and getting a lot of attention for a lot of reasons.
And then you got, of course, the governor's race there, too. You've got, and it's between Steve Hilton, Chad Bianco, the former sheriff, and then you got Tom Steyer, who, as we're talking about extreme candidates, that guy said the people that are deported should come back from the country. He wants to bring them back. He's talked about even reparations. I mean, that guy is really extreme.
And even scarier is Gavin Newsom on record, and I put this on my show over the weekend here at WABC. Gavin Newsom went on record and basically asked him, well, what if 2 Republicans win this jungle primary? And he basically intimated that they would nullify the election, that they would find some way to get a Democrat there. It's all on tape. You can hear it. He's just completely cavalierly saying this. And that's even more concerning than a Tom Steyer, although he's pretty concerning. You're right.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I getting back to the Graham Platner, what you talked about at the top, he's a former military guy. I want you to explain a little bit of his background, because for him to be out there mocking a soldier, with the Taliban, a U.S. soldier, it's appalling for anybody. But this is a guy who wore the uniform.
Yeah, he did. And, there's something in that rant against this soldier who was shot. He talks about how he was out of shape and he made some mistakes that led to his getting shot that might be appropriate in a drill sergeant situation. Maybe he should have been a drill sergeant, where they really lace into the recruits to try to teach them a lesson and keep them alive. But it had no place in a public forum, one that he sought out himself. This wasn't, for example, a response to an interview question or something like that. And of course, if this is the same thing as this guy, another issue with him, of course, everyone talks about the Nazi tattoo, but that's really not the full story. It's not just a Nazi tattoo. It's not a swastika. It is the SS division that ran and operated Auschwitz and Bergen-Belsen. Like, who gets a tattoo like that? And he lied about not knowing what that tattoo meant. So, and I think it really is. I mean, I'd like to ask him if I had a chance to interview him, I'd say, these rantings and things that you did as a young person, which you've apologized for, did you seek professional help for these positions? Because this is not normal. And if he deflects on that, then, that'll say more than him actually saying something.
Yeah, and here he is running for U.S. Senate. Boy, oh boy. Jake, thank you.
Get ready, Staten Island. It's time to celebrate 5 years of Very Hawks baseball.
Tuesday, May 19th at 10:30 a.m., it's morning baseball. Wednesday, May 20th at 6:30 p.m., have a pawsome time at Bark in the Park. Thursday, May 21st at 6:30, it's Pride Night with $5 Bud or Bud Light draft beer. Individual game tickets start at just $12.
Visit VeryHawks.com now to lock in your seats.